Hello and welcome back to Skulive. This is the second stage of the web design tutorial. Today we are going to be talking about CSS. So let's go to our code editor and let's really understand what CSS means. So let's take this off. I just used this to explain in the last video, so we don't really need it. So CSS stands for cascading style sheet. Okay, as the name implies, it is used for styling HTML files or HTML documents, every of our elements. It is used for styling them. So we're going to be seeing how this CSS actually works. There are two types of CSS. We have what we call the external CSS. We have the internal CSS, and we have the inline CSS. Okay, these are all different types, and the external CSS is what we mostly use in web design because it makes our work looks neat and simple to read. So with time I'll let you know why I say that. Okay, so now we're going to be using internal CSS for this tutorial. Then in the next tutorial, I'll show you how to make use of external CSS. External CSS is designing on a separate file, then linking it to your HTML file for the styles that you've designed to take effect. While internal CSS means you're going to be designing in the same file of your HTML. Instead of having a separate file where you design and later link them, you're going to be designing in HTML file and writing your HTML elements in the same file. So we're going to be using the internal CSS for this tutorial. So the internal CSS goes with the style tag. Okay, just like this. It has its opening tag and its closing tag, and it has this attribute called type. Okay, the name of the attribute is type, and it holds this value, text or CSS, letting the web browser know that this is the CSS styling. Now, how do we render our CSS styling in our HTML file? So we can do it in various ways. We can use our tag or element to render styles. But before we go on, I want us to view our HTML file on our web browser, because I was talking in the last view that this red, the blue, the green, the purple is just the name, is just a value we are giving to this class. Okay, this attribute. So it doesn't really affect our elements for now, or our tag for now. So let's go to our file explorer, then our directory, then open our working folder, then right click, then open with Google Chrome. And you can see that they are all the same thing. There's no difference from them. So now let's apply our style. So for us to apply style, let's use the first step. Let's apply a style using our HTML elements or our HTML tag. So we do it this way. Once we have our style tag, the opening tag and the closing tag, so in between it, we write the name of the element we want to style. This is H1, then followed by curly brackets, okay, or curly braces, anyone you call it, curly brackets. So our style is going to be inside of this. So in CSS we call them properties. So we're going to add a color property to this. So let's say color. Then what color do we want to add to our H1 elements? Let's say for instance we want to add red. Then that's the name of the color. Then we close it with a semicolon. We insert our element name or our tag name, then open curly brackets, then the property you want to apply, then the colon, then the value, that is the name of the color you want to apply, then a semicolon followed by a close curly bracket. Now always remember to save so that it will take effect. Okay, let's go to our browser now and see. We have not saved. If we should refresh, nothing takes effect. Okay, now go back, click on File, then Save. Or you can click on Ctrl S to automatically save. So if we should refresh, you see that every of our H1 tag or element has this color red. That is why I was talking about attributes in the previous video. So that's where the class attribute comes in. So if we use a class attribute to style any of our elements or any of our tags, it is that element that has the value of that class attribute that is the style is going to apply to. So for instance, let's do this. If we are using a class to style our element or tag, let me wipe this up so that it's not going to be confusing. We're going to be using a full stop. Okay, then the name of the class, let's style this class that has the value red. Okay, then we'll call the value of that class, then our curly brackets, then the property we want to apply, then colon, then let's apply the color we want and save. Okay, then refresh. You will see it's only that class or that attribute that has the class value of red that the color has been applied to. So this is where the class attribute comes in. We say it helps us to uniquely identify our HTML elements or tags. So for instance, now if I should give this class that has the value red another color, is going to apply to it. So let's say we give it blue. We save and refresh. You see, then it becomes blue. So the name of the value of the class doesn't really matter. So what really matters is the property and the value of the property you are giving to that value of the class. Okay, so those of us using smartphone, you can go ahead and do this on your smartphone and try it out. Okay, in the next video I'm going to be displaying it on the smartphone screen so that you see how it looks also. You get. So now for us to apply CSS styling to the rest of these guys, these HTML elements, the H1, the rest H1, we are going to be doing the same thing for all of them. So you just have to copy and just rename the values. Okay, so if we should take this and say, okay, let's just give this guy blue and change the value to red and save. Let's refresh. You'll see we have changed why the rest still maintain their initial property or value. You get. So this will be all for this video. This is inline CSS, so you can take this off. This doesn't really matter. And finally, this shouldn't sit here. This is not supposed to sit here. This style tag is supposed to sit at inside the head. Okay, inside the head element or inside the head tag. This is where it's supposed to sit. So I just made it to sit here because we are doing a tutorial just for us to capture everything on the screen. Okay, so this is the right place to place our style tag. Okay, you can still place it here, nothing happens, but to make it look sane enough, we have to place it inside of our head tag. So I'll see you in the next session where we're going to be working with external CSS and start our project proper on how to create a website using our HTML, CSS, and as we go on, JavaScript. So kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel at Skulive and visit our website skulive.com, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.